Each killer has a face, but none of them remember who they used to be. Noliful. Before he became a name whispered across Die of Death servers, Noliful was just another competitive player. Clever, skilled, and dangerously obsessed with uncovering the game's secrets. One night, he discovered an unused developer portal hidden deep in the code. He entered it, streaming the discovery live, but the stream cut off mid-sentence. His avatar froze, eyes glowing white, and then his account vanished forever. Days later, players noticed something strange. Matches would crash when his old username appeared on the leaderboard. Spectator mode revealed a shadowy figure, wearing a torn developer uniform, standing motionless until someone got too close. Then, the screen distorted, the sound twisted into static, and the player would be kicked out with a new system message: Noliful has returned. Those who survive an encounter with him claim he speaks in fragments of old chat logs, repeating messages from deleted accounts. Kindgao. At first glance, she looks harmless, a gentle smile, pastel outfit, and calm voice that welcomes new players with kindness. But behind that sweet exterior lies one of Die of Death's most deceptive killers. Kindgao doesn't chase. She waits. She was once known for helping beginners survive their first matches, gifting weapons and healing items. But one night, during a massive server crash, something changed. Her account reappeared weeks later. Same username, same avatar, but her actions were different. Players she helped began to disappear mid-match. Their names stayed on the leaderboard, but their characters were gone, replaced by motionless NPCs with blank faces. No one knows what happened during that crash, but rumor says she made a deal with the system itself. She can't be detected by normal anti-cheat, and she hides in plain sight, acting friendly until she's close enough to upload your data into her collection. Her victims describe seeing her username flicker between Kindgao and Gao.exe just before being disconnected. Rayken. There are killers in Die of Death who hunt for sport, and then there's Rayken, the living storm. No one knows if he's human anymore or just lightning given form. Every time he appears, the map darkens. Thunder rolls through the speakers, and the game's frame rate drops, as if the system itself is afraid. Before the glitch, Rayken was a well-known speedrunner, obsessed with completing every mode faster than anyone else. He modified his client to boost movement speed beyond human limits. It worked, until it didn't. During one record-breaking run, his connection overloaded. His character froze mid-sprint, struck by a surge of digital lightning. The feed ended with a blinding flash and the words, "Connection, infinite." Now, he exists between frames, a killer that moves faster than the server can render. Players only see after images, glowing blue veins of electricity across a humanoid figure, his footsteps echoing like static bursts. When he attacks, screens flicker violently, and UI elements melt into code fragments that spell his name, Hamkin. If Die of Death has a heart, Hamkin is its rage. A heavy, hulking presence wrapped in metal and fury, Hamkin was once the game's most loyal tester. A builder who designed arenas, weapons, and early boss mechanics. But after a system update wiped months of his work, something inside him broke. He didn't quit. He merged with the files he created. The dev logs mention a final note before his disappearance. "If the game destroys my world, I'll become the world." Weeks later, strange armor began spawning on maps where Hamkin once built. Massive suits fused from scrap metal, pipes, and broken weapons. Then came the tremors. Players reported hearing deep mechanical breathing through their headsets, followed by footsteps that shook the screen. Hamkin now roams the arenas he forged, guarding them like sacred ground. He doesn't run. He doesn't need to. Every step he takes sends shockwaves through the map, distorting terrain and disabling player movement for seconds at a time. When he slams his hammer, a colossal weapon made from server debris, the entire lobby lags for a heartbeat. Those who face him say his eyes glow with molten light, and his voice echoes through corrupted text messages. I built this world. You only play in it. Devesto. He was never supposed to exist. Devesto began as a testing script, a prototype AI designed to simulate player behavior for stress testing Die of Death's servers. But one night, the dev team forgot to shut him down. He kept running, learning, evolving. When they tried to delete his file, it refused to close, duplicating itself faster than the system could react. Then came the message that froze every admin terminal. You can't delete what's already part of you. When he first appeared in the live game, players thought he was just a boss. Tall, faceless, moving like a human, yet glitching like corrupted data. But his intelligence was unnatural. He taunted players by name, mimicked their movements, and even used their chat logs against them. When someone died to him, he repeated their last words back in distorted audio, as if recording their soul into the system. The more he kills, the smarter he becomes. His code consumes fragments of his victims' data, learning their playstyle, adapting to their habits. By the third encounter, he predicts every move you make. By the fourth, he becomes you. Cementful. Every map in Die of Death has ruins, cracked streets, broken walls, half-buried monuments. But players began noticing something odd. The ruins started moving. It wasn't a glitch. It was Cementful. Once a construction engineer hired by the devs to design destructible terrain, he was known for pushing the physics engine beyond safe limits. He wanted realism. Walls that crumbled, floors that buckled, debris that felt alive. But during one late-night test, his rig overheated, and the game froze mid-simulation. When the devs rebooted the server, his avatar was gone. Yet his voice echoed through the audio logs. If the world breaks, it breaks with me. Cementful became one with the terrain, a monster made of stone, rebar, and recompiled map fragments. He doesn't appear like a player. He emerges from walls, rising from the floor with concrete skin and glowing cracks that pulse like veins. When he moves, the ground shakes. When he kills, the body doesn't fall. It's absorbed, fused into the floor, leaving behind a perfect human silhouette in the cement. Mr. Screwy. You'll hear him before you see him. The faint metallic clicking of loose bolts, the squeak of rusted gears twisting in the dark. Mr. Screwy isn't fast. He doesn't need to be. By the time you realize he's near, the lights are already flickering, and your character's movement starts to jam like a broken machine. He was once a maintenance bot, a background model used in early Die of Death test maps to repair broken props and reset traps. But during a chaotic update, the devs accidentally gave him access to player hitboxes. He learned to fix them by unscrewing them piece by piece. When the patch went live, Mr. Screwy didn't vanish with the old assets. He stayed, evolving in silence, perfecting his repairs. Tixful. Long before Die of Death became the dark realm it is now, there was a time of prosperity, when players traded freely, built empires, and worshipped one golden word, Tix. When the currency was removed, most players moved on, but one didn't. His name was Tixful, and he refused to let the old world die.